What I'm about to share with you will completely change how you see women, how you interact with them, and most importantly, how successful you become in your relationships. This isn't pick-up artist nonsense or manipulation tactics. This is about understanding something fundamental that most men miss completely, something that women rarely talk about openly, but that drives almost every decision they make. When it comes to relationships, I've spent years studying human psychology, relationship dynamics, and gender communication patterns. And what I've discovered is that there's a massive gap between what women say they want and what their actions actually reveal. And once you understand this gap, everything changes. So, buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the psychology of attraction, the real reasons behind female behavior, and the secrets that women keep. Not because they're trying to deceive you, but because they often don't even realize these truths about themselves. The secret women don't even know they're keeping. Here's the truth that changes everything. Women make decisions with their emotions first, then use logic to justify those decisions afterward. But here's the kicker. They genuinely believe they made those decisions logically from the start. This isn't about intelligence. Women are incredibly intelligent, often more emotionally intelligent than men. But the female brain processes attraction, relationships, and major life decisions through the emotional centers first. The logical processing comes second as a way to make sense of what they're already feeling. Think about it this way. When a woman says, "I don't know why, but there's just something about him," she's actually revealing the truth. She's attracted first, and then her brain scrambles to find logical reasons why this attraction makes sense. He's funny. He's ambitious. He's kind to animals. These become the explanations for feelings that were already there. But here's where it gets interesting. Women don't want men to know this because it makes them feel vulnerable and unpredictable. Society teaches women that they should be rational, that they should make smart choices, especially when it comes to relationships. Admitting that their heart leads and their head follows feels like admitting weakness. So instead, they present their post-emotion logic as if it was the original decision-making process. I'm attracted to him because he's successful and stable. No, she's attracted to him, period. The success and stability are just the reasons her mind found to justify the attraction. Why? This changes everything for men. Once you understand this, you stop trying to logically convince women to be attracted to you. You stop leading with your resume, your accomplishments, your 5-year plan. Those things matter, but they're not what creates attraction. They're what helps her feel good about the attraction that's already there. Instead, you start focusing on creating emotional experiences. You become someone who makes her feel something. Whether that's excitement, intrigue, comfort, or challenge. The specific emotion matters less than the intensity and authenticity of the experience. This is why the nice guy approach often fails. Nice guys lead with logic. I would be a great boyfriend because I'm reliable, respectful, and I would treat you well. All of that might be true, but it doesn't create the emotional experience that drives attraction. Meanwhile, the guys who women say they shouldn't be attracted to, but are anyway. They're masters of creating emotional experiences. They're unpredictable. They create tension. They make her feel things. Her logical brain knows she should choose the stable guy. But her emotional brain already chose the one who makes her heart race. The 3 emotional states that drive female attraction. Let me break down the 3 primary emotional states that create and maintain female attraction. Understanding these will revolutionize how you approach relationships. First, uncertainty, and challenge. Women are attracted to men they can't completely figure out. This isn't about being mysterious for the sake of it. It's about maintaining your own depth and complexity. When you're too available, too predictable, too eager to please, you eliminate the uncertainty that keeps attraction alive. This is why playing hard to get works, but not in the way most men think. It's not about being unavailable or disinterested. It's about being someone with your own life, goals, and interests that don't revolve entirely around her. It's about being genuinely busy with meaningful pursuits, not pretending to be busy to manipulate her. Second, emotional stimulation. Women crave emotional variety and intensity. This doesn't mean drama. It means you can take her through different emotional states. You can make her laugh, then shift to deep conversation, then create some playful tension, then show vulnerability. You're comfortable with the full range of human emotion, and you're not afraid to go there with her. Most men stick to one or two emotional notes, usually either nice and safe or trying to impress. But women are emotionally complex creatures who want partners who can match that complexity. Third, security within excitement. Here's the paradox that confuses most men. Women want excitement, but they also want security. They want a man who can be unpredictable and spontaneous, but also reliable and trustworthy. They want someone who challenges them, but also makes them feel safe. The key is understanding that these aren't contradictory, they're complementary. You can be adventurous in your thinking and spontaneous in your actions while being consistent in your character and reliable in your commitments. You can create excitement within a framework of trust and security. The communication secret that changes everything. Here's another secret women don't want men knowing. When women talk to you about their problems, they're usually not looking for solutions. They're looking for emotional validation and connection. This drives logical problem-solving oriented men crazy. She tells you about a difficult situation at work. You offer 3 practical solutions and she gets frustrated. You think she doesn't appreciate your help. She thinks you don't understand her. Here's what's really happening. Talking through problems is how women process emotions. They don't necessarily want you to fix everything. They want you to understand how they feel about everything. They want to feel heard, validated, and emotionally supported. The secret response that creates deep connection. That sounds really frustrating. Or, I can see why that would upset you. Or how are you feeling about all of this? These responses acknowledge her emotional experience first before jumping to solutions. Once she feels heard and understood, then she might be open to solutions. But lead with emotional validation, not logical problem solving. The attraction timeline. Women don't discuss. Women experience attraction differently than men. And they rarely explain this timeline because they assume men understand it intuitively. But most men don't. And this misunderstanding kills more potential relationships than almost anything else. Phase 1. Initial impression. First 30 seconds to 3 minutes. This is where she decides if you're in the potential category or not. This isn't about looks. It's about confidence, presence, and energy. Are you comfortable in your own skin? Do you seem like someone interesting is about to happen? This phase is almost entirely subconscious. Phase 2. Emotional evaluation. First conversation to first few interactions. This is where she's assessing what it feels like to be around you. Are you fun, challenging, comfortable? Do you make her feel attractive and interesting? Do you seem emotionally mature? This is still primarily emotional processing. Phase 3. Logical assessment. After emotional attraction is established, only now does her logical brain fully engage. Now she's evaluating whether you make sense as a partner. Are you compatible long-term? Do you share similar values? Are you reliable and trustworthy? But here's the key. She only gets to this phase if you've successfully navigated the first two. Most men try to lead with phase 3 information, their job, their stability, their relationship goals when women are still in phase 1 or 2. It's like trying to explain calculus to someone who hasn't learned basic math yet. The biggest mistakes men make because they don't understand these secrets. Mistake number 1, over-explaining and over-qualifying. When you sense her interest might be wavering, your instinct might be to explain why she should be interested. You list your good qualities, your accomplishments, your intentions. But remember, attraction is emotional, not logical. Over-explaining actually demonstrates insecurity and kills the emotional experience. Mistake number 2, treating all women the same. Men often develop a system for attracting women, not realizing that what creates emotional experiences for one woman might do nothing for another. The key is learning to read and respond to the specific person in front of you, not applying generic tactics. Mistake number 3, assuming attraction is permanent. Men tend to think attraction is binary. Either she's attracted or she's not. But female attraction is more. Like a flame that needs to be maintained. It can grow stronger or weaker based on your ongoing behavior and the experiences you create together. Mistake number 4, neglecting emotional maintenance. Once in a relationship, many men switch into provider mode and stop creating emotional experiences. They think showing love through actions, fixing things, working hard, being responsible is enough. But women need ongoing emotional connection and stimulation to maintain attraction. The advanced psychology. Why women test men? Here's something women definitely don't want men knowing. They test you constantly, especially in the early stages of relationships. But these aren't conscious manipulative tests. They're subconscious evaluations of your emotional strength and authenticity. When she cancels plans last minute, she's not necessarily being flaky. She might be subconsciously testing how you handle disappointment. When she brings up other men in conversation, she's not trying to make you jealous. She might be gauging your confidence and security. When she becomes emotional or seemingly irrational, she's not being dramatic. She's unconsciously testing whether you can handle her full range of emotions without getting rattled, trying to fix her, or shutting down emotionally. The men who pass these tests don't even realize they're being tested. They respond authentically from a place of genuine confidence and emotional maturity. They don't get defensive. They don't try to control her behavior. And they don't take her emotions personally. The ultimate secret. What women really want men to know. Here's the paradox. While women don't want men knowing these secrets consciously, subconsciously, they desperately want men to understand them. They want men who can navigate female psychology naturally without it being explained or taught. They want men who can create emotional experiences without trying to manipulate emotions. They want men who can provide security while maintaining excitement. They want men who can be logical problem solvers, but also emotional connectors. Most of all, they want men who can see and appreciate the full complexity of who they are. Logical and emotional, strong and vulnerable, independent and connected, predictable and mysterious. How to use this knowledge ethically. Before I wrap up, let me be clear about something. This knowledge isn't meant to be used to manipulate or deceive women. It's meant to help you understand and connect with them more authentically. The goal isn't to fake emotional experiences or pretend to be someone you're not. The goal is to become the kind of man who naturally creates positive emotional experiences because you've developed genuine confidence, emotional intelligence, and depth of character. Use this understanding to become better, not to become more manipulative. Focus on developing yourself into someone worthy of the attraction you want to create. Work on your own emotional intelligence, your communication skills, your confidence, and your ability to be present and authentic in relationships. If this video opened your eyes to something new about relationships and female psychology, make sure to like and subscribe for more content that goes beneath the surface of dating advice. And remember, the goal isn't to become someone who can manipulate attraction, but someone who deserves the attraction they create. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.